friends, particularly magic friends in this particular case, but any other friends are of course welcome to watch. So a few weeks ago I went to my local magic store to pick up a couple of sample decks for my friends who I was teaching how to play. For those who might not know, Wizards of the Coast offers free 30-card sample decks that are given out in stores to players who might be learning how to play or teaching someone how to play. There are 5 of these decks in total, 1 for each of the 5 colors. These decks are a really, really good, simple way to teach new players how to play the game. So if you have anyone in your friend group that you know who's interested in learning, I highly recommend these as they are a simple, fun way to teach new players. That being said, that's not the point of today's video. So on the box of each of these decks, they have a description of how the color plays, and they have a picture of a planeswalker that is associated with that color. Now some of these planeswalkers make perfect sense. For example, I don't think you can find a planeswalker that's more emblematic of blue than Jace Beleren, but I noticed that one of them really surprised me, and that was the planeswalker on the white box was Ajani. And I get that Ajani has a very strong association with white, but I guess to me he didn't seem emblematic of the color, but still to me at least, being emblematic of a color means only ever having been printed in that color, and Ajani's been printed in both white-red and white-green. So then this got me thinking, who are the planeswalkers that are most emblematic of their colors? To me at least, this meant a few different things, and you are more than welcome to disagree with me on any of my criteria or decisions. In fact, I encourage you to let me know what you think. I'd be interested to hear your thoughts. But these are my opinions on the criteria that I think need to be met to be considered emblematic of a certain color, and also the planeswalkers that I think are emblematic of those colors. So first off, this is my criteria. 1, I personally feel very strongly that the planeswalker that is emblematic of a color can only have been printed in that color. For me personally, in order for a planeswalker to embody a certain color, that needs to be the only thing that they've been printed in. I also think that for the planeswalkers who have only been printed in one color, that the one that is the most emblematic is the one that has been printed the most number of times in that color. First up, blue. I basically already said who I think the most emblematic in this color is, and I don't think that there are going to be many people who disagree with me, but let's run through who the potential candidates are for this anyway. So the 4 mono-blue planeswalkers to ever see print are Tamiyo, Teferi, Tezzeret, and Jace. So Tezzeret has been printed in mono-blue, but he's also been printed in blue-black, so I just don't think that he is super emblematic of that color, so he's out. Tamiyo and Teferi both have been printed in mono blue solely, but they've only had 1 printing each, so that's not very emblematic to me because they really haven't been around for a while. Jace Beleren, on the other hand, has had 5 different printings, all in mono blue, and has never been printed in any other color, so he is definitely the mono blue planeswalker. Alright, next up we have black. There have been 3 mono black planeswalkers to ever see print. They are Ob Nixilis, Liliana, and Sorin. Ob Nixilis has only shown up once, so again, not super emblematic. Sorin has had multiple printings, but only 1 in mono black, and I think they have very clearly pushed him into black-white as a planeswalker, which leaves Liliana, who has had 3 printings in mono black and never being printed in any other color. Last up for the easy ones, in red. First off, there are a few 1-appearance mono red planeswalkers, and they are Drebedi, Koth, and Tibalt. Sarkhan has had multiple iterations, but only one of them has been in mono red, and since then he's been in red and a bunch of other combinations, which leaves us with Chandra, who has had 4 mono-red printings. Again, not having been printed in any other color. Interestingly enough, these 3 planeswalkers were all 3 of the original, and they're also 3 that are going to be highlighted in the upcoming Magic Origin set, which I think shows that they really hit those 3 as being emblematic of their 3 colors right away. The next 2, on the other hand, there has been a lot more competition over. So first off, there have been 4 planeswalkers to be printed in mono-white: Nahiri, Ajani, Elspeth, and Gideon. Nahiri's only been printed once, so let's just put her out right now. Ajani has been printed 3 times in mono-white, but 2 times in other combinations, which for me puts him out of the running, because he's clearly branched out into things beyond mono-white. This leaves Gideon and Elspeth, both of whom have been printed solely in mono-white, but Gideon has 2 printings and Elspeth has 3, so that makes Elspeth Tyrael the winner of the emblematic of mono-white category. And finally we come to mono green, which has had 3 planeswalkers: Freyalise, Nissa, and Garruk. Freyalise has been printed once, so we'll just put her out right now. Nissa has been printed twice, and Garruk has been printed 5 times in mono green. The issue with Garruk, however, is that in the 2015 core set he was printed in green-black. Now, I have a lot of sympathy for Garruk, because I get that the reason that he was printed in green-black was because Liliana cursed him, and that corrupted his pure greenness. So I get that up to a certain point Garruk was the green planeswalker, and I feel really bad discounting him because of just 1 of 6 printings that wasn't in mono green. But based on the criteria that I set for myself, that does discount him, especially if they keep pushing him into green-black territory, which obviously we can only wait and see what happens. So that means that Nissa is the winner of this category, and she is the emblematic mono-green planeswalker. Interestingly enough, with her, she is one of the planeswalkers that is being highlighted this summer in Magic Origins, which maybe suggests that the creators of the game are actually pushing her to be the mono-green emblematic planeswalker. Speaking of which, with Magic Origins, since they do seem to be pushing emblematic planeswalkers, and Gideon is going to be the planeswalker in white that they focus on, presumably that means he's getting another printing, which will push him up to 3, which will tie him with Elspeth. So Elspeth might very quickly not be the top of the mono-white list, especially since it seems like the planeswalkers they're using this summer are going to have a lot of story relevance in the upcoming years, and that probably means that they're going to get more printings. So very soon it could be that Gideon is the emblematic planeswalker of mono-white, and that Nissa is the mono-green planeswalker that they're going to start building up kind of in Garruk's place. So I do think it's interesting, and I think maybe I'm going to have to revisit this category after Magic Origins comes out, and certainly a few years down the road, and see what's changed. But that's the beauty of Magic, right? Alright, so those are my opinions. I'm very interested to hear what criteria you judge the most emblematic mono-colored planeswalkers by. So please, please let me know, either in the comments or on Twitter, or on Facebook, or if you know me personally, text me. Till next time, friends, have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you soon.